Good evening, Mr. Engert. The talk was very interesting, but a bus service is definitely not a new idea, and there are several competitors as well. What made you build a bus startup in the early beginning?
We always wanted to found something that is associated with a real product, so not only digital. And we felt buses is something that's very tangible, so you can touch it and feel it and see it. And we always felt that the market opportunity is huge and people will always travel. And so we felt this is a big opportunity. And then when the market was deregulated in Germany, this was our once-in-a-lifetime chance that we just had to take and try it out and see what happens.
You emphasized that a lot of your current success is based on solid automation, but also that your processes started off being very manual and spontaneous in the beginning. Was this trend foreseeable to you, and are there processes that should rather be manual?
I think it's foreseeable in a way that any business that's successful today has to focus on technology and automation and has to make processes and the product experience as smooth as possible. And we felt you always need to understand your processes first before you can automate it, so you always will start off with some manual process. And this is still what we're trying to do. We're still at a very early stage of automation, and this will continue. And is there something that needs to stay manual? I don't know. I don't know. Probably it's always nice to have a certain personal and human touch to the customer interaction, so always get that direct connection and feedback from our customers. But most of the stuff that we do will experience a certain level of automation also in the future.
Cool. You are very keen on scaling your business globally. Do you think that the different markets and cultures might bring some hurdles? If yes, can you name some?
Today we're in 26 countries already, so we already experience all the different European cultures that are out there, and customers are different. One thing that unites them is they all look for a safe and convenient way to travel, and this is what we offer, so our product works in all countries. But you do experience differences in how do people buy tickets. For example, in Eastern European countries, also in Italy, there's a higher share of people who would buy offline and pay in cash. So there's still some steps to go until we would put all of this online, and this will also happen in the future.
Cool. Now a more personal question. What was your happiest moment as an entrepreneur so far?
My happiest moment was probably the moment when we have seen the first branded Flixbus, because this was when we realized, okay, it's really happening, it's really coming true. And this was a very special moment for us.
What was your biggest setback?
That's a difficult question. I don't think I have this one big setback. I think you have all sorts of small disappointments and challenges along the way that you need to cope with and live with. I think the big challenge that you have personally is to make sure that you always sort of keep your head up and keep going and keep the discipline to make it work ultimately.
Okay, and finally, what was the biggest surprise on your journey so far, and which advices can you give to young founders?
I think it's still a big surprise for me and for us and for our team how successful the product has come to be across all the different countries. Like, we didn't experience or expect this to be so fast, and it's still very, a little bit surprising for us how quickly the word of mouth spread across Germany, across all sorts of different countries that we're in right now, and we're very happy that this is actually the case.
Thank you so much.